Father, we thank you for tonight. Today is the third day of the conference. We ask for a complete work in the minds of everyone. Father, Lord, we ask for a total understanding of what to do even after this conference is over. Thank you, Father, Lord. Welcome to this meeting. In Jesus' name of prayer. Amen and amen. Today it's on sales. So you probably have a business you're offering, or it can be a product, can be a service. So maybe you have a certain skill and you have learned this skill and you want to be able to offer people these skills to be paid. Whether you want to work with companies or with personal brand, or you are thinking to want to start mini importation, and how do I write things that makes people buy my product, or you are uh, you are a tailor, you make clothes, you are like I'm trying to be. I always try in this conference. I like always try to give as much diverse example as possible. But no matter who you are, what you do, driving sales is possible. There are a lot of people that hate sales because it's hard. They feel it's hard. You understand? Even in companies, nobody wants to join sales department because you are being measured in monetary terms of how much you can bring in. It's easier for you to run to a particular segment that don't have to bring that have to do with sales and to say, oh, I'm working. You understand? But sales is not rocket science. Something everybody can do. And the foundation of sales is it's in building genuine connections. Once you're able to build genuine connection with people, selling to them will not be hard. They would you will see them coming to like ask you why you're not charging yet. It happens. You understand? I remember when I launched a course, and that course is actually still my most expensive course to date. And this thing because I was like, this something when you're trying to sell because I always people that know me know that try to make my courses affordable, but at the same time, there's always that enough charging low so that you can sell. So I know that one of the way I could test was charge way higher than I was seeing the average around. And I went way higher and I was still able to sell. And I remember saying for that particular course that I wanted just 12 people. And after 12 people were complete, a 13 person called me and I'm like, Oga, I don't want people again. And he started like shouting on the phone, threatening me on the phone, like, what's wrong with you? That kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, I had to send him an account number and he paid. So why was he able to do that despite when I was telling him that the slot is full? Because I have built genuine connection. So he had no doubt that what he was going to get value from what I was offering. And even when it looked as if that I was saying that only 12 people, he was seeing that I was trying to deny him that change, or what I call it, that transformation. So sales is found in building. So how do you do that? How do you replicate that for yourself where people actually want what you have to offer and you're not always shying away from trying to like sell because you believe it's not work, or when they say come and join sales department, you would a lot of people don't start online business because of sales. They believe that will anybody buy if I waste money and order these goods now, or if I waste money and learn if I invest money and learn these skills, will anybody this thing actually buy? Will it not just be a waste of time and effort? You understand? So it's what I'm trying to get you to understand tonight is that what sales uh is not what I mean by rocket science. I don't want to say sales is not hard because you have to figure things out. Anybody that tells you anything is easy. I saw some YouTube ad about a trading platform and they're like making money is easy. I'm just laughing because they're only trying to attract people with a get rich quick mindset. Anybody that works knows that's what it takes. But what the purpose of tonight is to help you understand that that work does not have to be mind bending. That work does not have to be heartbreaking. You can actually work with a roadmap that will net you results as you put in effort. So that's basically what we're going to do tonight. So I'm trying to also I'll be checking in periodically. I'm trying to like record on Zoom so that I believe it helps me look more at the camera and everything for those coming that was recording. So but I'll be checking in, but just with just a click, I'll be always be able to check in on MixLR to see what is happening and see what is happening in the chat box. So for those just joining, like I said, check the Telegram channel. There's a link and message about the session. You can just repost our status so that's what more people can join and benefit from what I'm going to be learning tonight. So sales, what does it take to sell? Last 2 years, it feels funny because I've always called it last year. Last 2 years, I wrote an article called Selling Your Sawdust. So people who have been following my content for a while would this thing know. So one of these days I'll be publishing it on my blog. So you get to read it. But in that article, I basically broke down what it takes to sell into and made use of an analogy or a story that a lot of people will understand. And I used the carpenter's workshop as an example for that. That's what when a carpenter is when you come to a carpenter's workshop, there's nothing most of the carpenter workshop, there's nothing beautiful to see there. You understand? Because there's rolls of leather, there's nails here and there, there's pieces of wood, sawdust. You understand? There's nothing really attractive there to see. And what the only thing that looks attractive in a carpenter's workshop is a finished work, maybe chairs, tables, wardrobe, whatever. Those are the things that like usually catch your eye. But for the carpenter and for every other person that is trying to like do something online, the real things that convinces people is not just the finished work. You understand? The process can also convince people. And the best thing that you should use to convince people is the process, not the finished work. Yes, I'm not saying the finished work is very, very important. But I found out that when you take people along a journey of your process, they become what will I use? They become emotionally attached to your product. You understand? They feel that they were part of its creation, despite the fact that they were only sitting down and probably watching it happen. You understand? They have that kind of what I call it emotional attachment to it. So it's easier for them to see the value. You understand? So in that article, I walked through the analogy. And what for the carpenter, he only sees that people come to buy this chair. But it's also important for there's something that happens. You understand? Every evening at the carpenter's workshop, okay, I'm hearing an issue of echo. Where is this coming from? Is anybody also getting any echo? Because I make sure I muted the MixLR so there will not be feedback, any form of feedback, because I'm recording on Zoom too. Is anybody else hearing double sound? Okay. All right, let me go. I'm trying to, what of other people to give feedback? Are you hearing double or just one? Unless you join via both Zoom and MixLR, you should be hearing only one. It's only people that join. If you join via Zoom, don't join via MixLR. That's the only explanation for this double voice you're talking about. Okay, so let me come closer to the mic also. I'm also trying to make sure I get my video right, so that yeah. So for you found out that something that normally happens in carpenter workshop. So carpenters come, and some people come and pack sawdust, especially most people that cook, all these people that cook food and this thing, they make use of the sawdust as fuel for cooking. And they come and this thing, they pack the sawdust. Now, to the carpenter, that sawdust is practically, it does not really matter to him. It's just a end product. I say not end. We like call it a side effect, something that comes up as a result of the work that he was doing. So he does not really place much value on the sawdust. So if it's someone that is liberal, he can let people just come there and like come with their things and they pack all the sawdust, you understand, and use it for whatever they do. So for the person come to pack that sawdust, there's a need, it feels a need for the person. because he or she wants to use it probably as fuel. If people that own poultry, they use it as bedding for their fowl. There's a lot of use cases for sawdust. But with the carpenter, this is just what I was cutting wood and this thing came out. I don't care about it. So you see that what in that word, there's for what looks irrelevant or to share or irrelevant to keep or talk about for one person is very, very valuable for another person. So this is the same thing you have to bring into whatever it is that what you're selling or you're doing, in the sense that what people need content from you, and it is those content that you feel is not shareable or not relevant to share that they need the most. So when somebody is waking up in the morning, I teach this. I dove deep into this in my WhatsApp domination class. Whenever somebody is coming in the morning on opening WhatsApp, opening Instagram, Facebook, they're not saying, let me come and see the latest shoe to buy. They're not saying, let me come and see the latest clothes to buy or the latest person to hire. You understand? They're coming for three things. They're coming for information, they're coming for education, they're coming for entertainment. Those are the three things they're coming for. So no matter what it is that what you are trying to like build or sell to people, you have to find out how to create content that falls into any or two or more of these categories. It can be entertaining, it can be informational, it can be this thing educational. You know that. So I love using Taylor as an example because I think they're one of the people that has the most process in whatever. But I'm trying to give them as examples. So I'll give examples of the Taylor, and I'll also tell my story of product design. So normally now you see tailors, some most tailors I know on WhatsApp, the only thing they share is like, oh, they finished sewing this dress and they just take picture of the dress on a mannequin and just post on a status update. See, this is the latest clothes that I made. You understand? And they tried in that place, they try to like hype up of how the thing is nice, how good looking it is, how it gets the right curves. Or even if sometimes if the cost owner of the clothes come to pick it up, they make a video of the person trying on the clothes. You understand? And to them, this is them creating content. And it works, but it's very, very limited in the sense that what there's a better way to do it. But most of them don't get that. They just believe that it's just about them sharing the clothes as it's done or in the mannequin. Oh, look at this beautiful dress that I made. So it doesn't take away from the fact that they made a beautiful dress, but there's a much better way of telling that story. So back to what I said. So when people are coming online, they're coming for education, they're coming for information, they're coming for entertainment, those three things. So you have to give it to them and not just telling them, oh, this is right. So if people use WhatsApp for mostly entertainment, that is true from my observing. If you want to get entertained, that's why people people that post jokes, they have a lot of status views. One of my favorite accounts on WhatsApp is Chef Juliet. She always has all the amazing memes, you understand, and what she has owned it as a brand, and like she's consistent, and what it's I believe it's driving a lot of attention for her because people always want to view her status, and I believe it's also by extension it will help her sell her food business. You understand? So uh you, you wake up in the morning, you know that okay, I'm trying to make a dress. So don't just share pictures of the dress. When you wake up that day, you come and status updates. Guys, I'm trying to make a dress for a client today. She's using it because she's going for a wedding, she's going for anything, any events, and you understand. I'm going like communicate, talk with people. Can even say things like, oh, what's your experience with this thing, wedding dresses? What's the most beautiful kind of this thing? What's the most beautiful kind of clothes you have seen at an event? You understand? Trying to like drive that interaction with people. And yes, people give you feedback. And one thing you have to understand about WhatsApp is that most times people don't know that they have the permission to speak to you, or people don't really think that you're open to conversations. This is something as simple as screenshotting replies you get for that thing and reposting it on your status. So even help more people will say, oh, she's okay, they're driving interaction. Most people want to share because you have shown them that this is an active conversation. You understand? So a lot of people, some people tell you stories of how they went to a wedding and somebody dressed tall because she used the wrong. You understand? This whole of you're already driving interaction around just the fact that you're making a dress for someone and you've not even started making the dress. You understand? Then on the way to market, okay, you can say like, okay, guys, I'm going to the market. I'm going to get the material. You understand? Then you get to the market and you this thing you start picking okay which material. Then you can just take pictures of the materials and like say that okay, any material you pick, you say that okay, this the reason I'm making use of this material is because of this. You know, so that's more education. Why? Okay, you don't use kind of materials for this. You understand? So you are educating them, but what you're driving awareness to what an end product. Then you get home, be the next day or next. Oh, I'm already cutting the dress. You can share pictures of you cutting the dress or any other thing that you can add in addition to the process of cutting the dress, or okay, how you put food on the fire and you're cutting the dress and you forgot and your food burnt. Everything is content. Well, you're already keeping people engaged. So when you take people all through this process, the process of sewing the dress, how your needle broke, or whatever happened in that process, is content. And you find out that what by the time you're done with that dress, and now you're showing them the like it's a kind of before and after something. A lot of people are going to be what everybody every single person that followed that journey will feel that they are part of that dress or of the making of that dress. So even if it's not a dress, you can use it, even if it's not a dress I seen for someone, and if a dress are trying to like sew to like say anybody can buy, what you have a higher chance. And what you are creating a conversation around your brand. That educational chips you put in also solidified from people. Apart from the fact that okay, you make really good like but point of content, this thing won't work even not good at what you do. So you have to achieve mastery first before you're trying to sell. So, but you can use this thing even when you're learning. Like this principle goes across everything, whether you're learning and what, like I say, even as you're learning, you're moving towards the conversation of people that they can buy from this person. So what you find out that what by the time you do this over and over again, people that conversation is happening what around your brand. People come to see you that oh, she's good at what she does. She has knowledge. Wow, these are different things she's saying. So what normally would have been just one piece of content of like this is dress I made, you have stretched into days and episodes. You understand? People are when you're creating trying to create entertainment on social media, think in terms of episodes and not just season finale. You understand? So now that is I give that because I like to give as diverse examples as possible. But what I use the same principles. You understand? So when I started learning product design 2019, April 2nd, I remember vividly. Like I told you guys the very first design I did, I shared on my status update. Like this is this thing, this is the dress that I made. You understand? And I said, dress, this is the design that I made. And people were like, so, guys, I need feedback. People gave me feedback. Like, okay, you can use the wrong color here. You can use this in this way. You understand? So despite the fact that many people on the audience was not product designers, but everybody knows I believe most people know what good design looks like. And they say, okay, you could have used a different color here, or this font use is too tiny. You understand? I was really driving what engagement with my community there on WhatsApp, my status. There are a lot of people that would have felt insecure about posting that because they believe it's not fine. They only want to come and post when it's now looking shiny, and you will never start. You will never be able to build a foundation for sales early. That means you have to wait until you feel good enough before you now start driving sales. You understand? They don't say I'm so lucky. I'm not so lucky. My name is Lucky. Actually, one of my names is Lucky. But I'm giving you the process behind it. It's not about being lucky. Yes, luck actually have a role to play in things like this. But at the same time, there is an aspect of work. So not everybody will have a opportunity to be lucky. So yes, no, it's no, not everybody. See, like I said, okay, you're dragging me into question and answer. You have to do it in a way that's what this thing people not respond every time, but you have to keep trying. You have to ask if you ask the question or people are not responding, ask the question in a different way. You understand? Until what you get a response, and highlight that response you got to get more response. You understand? So what is very, very what important. That's what you do the storytelling aspect. Oh, I've lost data for Mixella. I'm looking for it. Where is Mixella taboo? Okay, it's back. All right. Those complaining about issues, just mute and unmute. Those complaining about, just mute and unmute. You understand? So what I did that some people give me further, and I said, as I got more feedback, I magnified them. Okay, what happened? So go replies. So responses are welcome. Nice. You understand? Because most people feel that some people are insecure about sharing process. So most people don't want to respond because they feel that you might react. But once you show them you are cool with responses, you get more responses. And this might not work the first time. We have to keep trying. You have to keep trying different questions. You understand? Till you get an answer. There are different questions you can ask. There's why, there's what, there's how, there's where, there's when. There's a different way to frame different questions once you get an answer. So that's what sharing that design. I got feedback. Then I started the design challenge. Then 100 days design challenge. To I was meant it was the design challenge is what you do designs for 100 days, but they excluded weekends. So it was Monday to Fridays only. So you have to keep doing it until you do 100 designs. That's 100 days. So I started the 100 day design challenge then, and every day I dropped a design. Every day I dropped a design. It was very, very hard because consistency, but I didn't miss a day until what the 100 days were complete. So what I did then was that what I started 9 p.m. to be my design time. So once it became 9 p.m., I start designing, and I'll never go to bed until I'm done with the design for the day. There are days I design it to the next day, 12 midnight, but I always shared my design before going to bed. And sometimes when I'm late, so after I've done it for like 20, 30 days, people are not expecting my designs. Sometimes when I've not posted, maybe it's getting to midnight, someone just come and message me, Oga, where's the design for the day? You understand? Because it's had a life of its own. So everybody knew that what Agile is posting one design a day. So they were always expecting it. Oh, this is design for the day. I'll describe the process, I'll get responses. So sharing as I was learning, and I took the design challenge, so I believe that was, like I said, back to that principle I taught on the first day, learning by doing. I believe the fastest way I could learn was by doing and not just watching tutorials. So for every design challenge, they say, okay, design a landing page. I'll now have to now actively learn what are the different things you should take to design a landing page. So in that process, I ended up doing 100 designs, you understand, and what learns different aspect of okay, what it takes to design it, what it takes, and I learned a lot of things on the way. But what that thing was also doing to me, that was this, what I was sharing my process. Everybody in my cycle was slowly seeing me as a product designer. So I was not even done with the design challenge, and somebody, my first clients, messaged me from there on my WhatsApp. Not, I didn't do sponsored ad. Someone that viewed my status was like, I've been okay for a long time. I've been considering building a website for my brand, and your work, I'm inspired by your work. And he paid me, my first client. He paid 80K for the job. So this fact I was working with the guy that has to develop, we split it 40K. And that was how I got the first job. 2 weeks after that, it's on the same WhatsApp. I got the second job, come and design an app, 100K. I finished, the person gave me another job, 100K. So in a space of 1 month, I made 200K. And I've been learning design for only 5 months. But there are people that have been learning design for more than a year and I'm not getting a job because nobody even know them as a designer at all. So sharing my process and the journey that goes into what enabled me, what everybody around me knew what I was doing. It was James Clear that said it out. You can create luck for yourself by simply telling people what you're working on. Don't mind, I'm one of those people that want to hide. You think it's until you hide until you can create things that can human being can use to fly. That means you now agree that what you can do something. No, share your work, share your process. So when I started sharing my work April 2nd, did I get a job immediately? No. April, May, June, July, August. So it took 5 months to get my first job. Okay, that was my second job was August, April, May, June, July. By July, I got that first job of 80K. So it took 4 to 5 months to get my job, but I've been sharing my process daily. But there's some people that are still in that same industry and have been learning that thing for more than a year, 2 years, that have not even gotten a job. They just have design enthusiasts on their bio. Nobody even knows what they can design. They don't know whether it's graphic design or architecture they're doing. Nobody knows. So what you can create, what I'm not telling you like now. The reason I'm giving you time is so you don't, nothing happens overnight. But if you don't do it, the time will come and go. If you start learning a new skill today now and follow my process, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July. By around that July, you can be getting that same result. But if you don't start now and think that it will every July will still come and pass, and you have not done anything. So it's very, very important that you understand this. The way you create love for yourself is by telling people what you're working on. Selling your sawdust is the way to live in this time and age. You have to what most people say, oh, I don't know how to create content. Like I said, the content does not have to be fancy. You must not do carousel, you must not do reels of somebody doing somersaults before you agree that the content people want the world we live in is so fake that people now tend towards authenticity. So the more authentic you are, the more you're able to sell. You understand? So okay, there's a website called Daily UI. So that's for just product designers. So you're doing usually graphic design. There are also websites for graphic design, but if you go to dailyui.co and sign up, they'll be giving you design briefs for every day for 100 days. And as at then, I didn't, nobody else, there was nobody I knew that finished that 100 days and they always dropped out. Even when I went online to check past 2 days, I never saw anybody that's completed it for 100 days. Because actually after I did it for 100 days, then one of my students, like probably like 6 months later, he did it and he was like, come and tell me, like, I've also done 100 days. Because it's inspired a lot of people. Like most people thought I would not make it. Some people even started and by day 3, they've stopped, they've quit by day 5. But the fact I did for 100 days inspired a lot of people. And a lot of people that wanted to come and teach me. And that's also what made me release a course on what? Productivity then. Of the strategies that it took. You understand? But that's at that process, like I said, you see the way I lay out this conference. That's why I treated. If you're here and you have not watched day one, it's on my YouTube channel. Just my YouTube channel name is Ajulu, Ajulu. Go and watch day one and day two. But in day one, I talked about that problem of ego, where what people don't want to, people are afraid of putting themselves out there because they are trying to like retain a certain perception. They don't want people to think that they are broke or they're hustlers, but they're dying of hunger. You understand? It's if you can let go of ego, if you can understand that what the building conversation around your brand is one of the best things that you can do, you are going to flourish. So now I know a lot of questions have come about content in this. I said I'm going to talk about content today, and I actually did a bit of that yesterday. So now, the first thing about content is that what you have to first of all find out your primary. What is your primary way of creating content? Everybody has a primary way of consuming content and a primary way of creating content. For some people, the best way they learn is by video. I have a friend; she learns best with video. If you give her a book, she'll sleep off. But if you give her videos to watch, she can watch countless videos without sleeping. So the best way she learns is from video. You understand? So you now have to take it of, do I like reading books? Now reading also what both digital and physical books, newsletter, blogs, or do I learn best with video, or do I learn best with audio? Once you establish that, because some people complain that I don't know how to read, I don't like reading. You understand? And the words, okay, what is happening to my screen? Voila. So some people complain that that reading has issues, and the problem is that because they're probably video people or audio people, and they have not thought to switch to video. Start looking for videos that teach until they want to learn. They just conclude that I find reading boring. Anytime I want to read a book, I sleep off, and they don't know that what probably because they're not strong with reading that they can do videos instead or audio. So first of all, discover ask yourself, how best do I learn? So if you're a predominant text learner like me, even these days I'm now tweeting more even towards video. Maybe it's probably signs of old age, but I'm a predominant text learner. I learn by reading actually. So if you are this thing, if you discover okay, then you now also have to ask yourself, what's the best way I create content? Is it via written word? Is it by making videos or is it by audio? You understand? You also have to discover the best way so that what you will not use the fact that you don't like reading or writing as an excuse not to create content. Find out the best way, the best mode of content creation that works for you and what you start flourishing. So now somebody was asking where are the places you share content? Any places that host the eyes and ears of people on the internet. Contents can be shared there. Don't even go all sophisticated. Start with WhatsApp. Social media is number one place. The only reason why I actually started writing, one of my blogging mentors is Nicholas Cole, and he does not believe in SEO, all this kind of stuff. Not because it's not important, but he believes more that the best place to publish content is social media. And he talked about that due to platform psychology. That was, and I believe everybody here knows that kind of thing. There's some people that didn't join this meeting because it takes the link is taking them outside WhatsApp. Like as you have posted this link now, some people not join because not because they don't believe they'll learn anything here, but that's the laziness of clicking links, and everybody has it. You see, when you click on a link that's going to take you to a website, and the website started loading slow, you now wait, you just hit it. No matter if they say that this good in that website, the website just slow, and it's not responding. You just see yourself clicking back. I know it happens to everybody else. I don't even ask. You understand? So he believes that's what the best place is, and I also agree with him. The reason why I started taking my website seriously was not because, and it does not mean that if you start publishing on your website, that social media presence, over time you find readers online because as long as people are searching for that, you're writing on. But I believe that what the best place to start is from building a community on social media, then writing for that community. Jabuja said that what is marketing? Marketing is finding people who believe in what you believe in. So if you build an initial audience and write on things they have interest in learning, you're automatically show that you're already serving people on a short term. Then as time goes on, the more you write, you now start also attracting other people from that can discover your websites from somewhere else that also have interest in that thing. Anything you're trying to create content around, there are people out there. Not everybody is going to be part of your audience. Not everybody will like your content. But for everybody that like your content, there's also somebody else out there that also like your content that will like your content like that person. And another. And then running into millions. So it's very, very important that you understand it. The place you share content is any place that hosts the eyes and ears of people. You can host content, social media, Medium, YouTube. Like one of the things I want to start doing is taking my YouTube seriously. You understand? So any place that the eyes and ears of people are, that is what we can create content. So that no matter when you just see come to particular place online, can people do people read or watch things here? Yes. Do people listen to things here? Yes. I can create content and post here. And what with consistency, you build an audience. So no matter what form or platform of content it is or what platform it is, consistency in putting out content will give you results. I remember what I said yesterday. The best way to be great at content creation is reading. A lot of you are struggling with content creation because what you have not read and you don't know what will you share. You understand? So what is very, very important. Yes, I said I'll share a video that exemplified creating content. So now, before I forget now, I'm searching for that video on YouTube now and posting a link on the Telegram channel if you have not registered. Or better still, if you didn't get to register for this conference, that person that shared you the link that you used to join, ask the person for my phone number. I'll post the video on my status later today or tomorrow, so you can save my contacts. I also teach daily my WhatsApp status, so if you use WhatsApp, I'm a great person to have on WhatsApp. My daily status will teach you a lot. So get my number from whoever sent you an invite to this meeting. And please don't hold my number. I got a report on somebody that he kept asking for my number. Nobody wanted to give him. I was like, why? It's not as if you are paying for my WhatsApp. So get my number. Either my number, the link to my channel is my WhatsApp is on the Telegram channel, or you can ask people who've shared the link with you for Adelu's number. They'll give it to you. Then send me a DM so I can save your number. So I'm looking for that video now. Now that I remember it, I'll share it on the Telegram channel first. Then I would now also share it on my WhatsApp status for those people who are listening, for those people who are connecting with me on WhatsApp. So even after the other conference ends, you still be learning things. We're trying to get the video. I don't want to postpone it so that this thing. Scrolling down. Scrolling down. I'm trying to yes, the video is very short, 2 minutes, but it went straight to the point. They don't even, so you should be watching that video if you want to know how to do world class content creation. So I've posted a link on the Telegram, so later you can go for it. So my WhatsApp link is also there on the Telegram. So, okay. My WhatsApp link is also there on the Telegram channel. So we're posting. Come and see. All right, so, but what? Okay, I think we'll not drift more towards question and answer. Like I said, I'm going to be answering a lot of questions today. As today is the last day. We actually have covered most things. So now it's now coming at it from what a question. So it's question time, guys. Ask your questions. So scrolling up. Within November, I say, how do you create an audience or community on social media? For example, how does the graphic designer create a community on Instagram? So first of all, you have to ask yourself that this product or service I'm creating, what's the target market? You understand? And now for every skill you have, and when it comes to creating content, there's a decision you need to make. You understand? Am I creating content? So if you're somebody that you want to teach, you understand? So if you have probably become good, very, very good, and you believe you can teach people that skill or business, then you can now say, okay, am I creating content that will attract people that come and buy my courses on this particular skill or whatever? Or am I creating content for business people that's I want to hire me? So if it's for business people, you have to ask yourself a question. You understand? And what this, because when I say read now, you be asking yourself, what should I read? Say, I'm already watching tutorials of my courses. What else should I have to read? Now, this is what you have to read. So if you are a designer, you understand, and you are trying to get clients, so you need to be asked, you just have to ask yourself one question. What problem does design solve for businesses? What problem does design solve for businesses? So when you create a design for a business, so this I'm using graphic design. When you create a design for a business, what problem does it help the business to solve? It's a marketing problem. So design solves the marketing problem. It helps the company present their services to people in a format that works. So it's practically marketing. So the kind of what content you should be creating as a designer, graphic designer, is marketing content. You have to start teaching people, business people, marketing. So you have to go out there and study materials on online marketing, social media marketing, and start creating content on it to educate an audience from a design aspect. How to create design that closes sales, how to create design that creates. You understand? You have to start teaching people marketing. Because now when I say read, you might think I'm telling you to read for only how to create good designs. No. So for every skill or product you're offering, ask yourself, who is my target market for this? After getting your target market, then ask yourself, what problem does this my service or product solve for this target market? You discover it, then what? You start teaching them everything that has to do with that thing. So if you're a graphic designer on Instagram, that's what you're trying to like. Even for one, they just sit down and start taking top personal brands. Those people like Chris Do, people like if you go out and seek mentors, this will not be hard for you because what when you get mentors and start studying the content that they post, you see examples of what you can do. I've given you Chris Do now as an example. There's another person called Mo Janda. You know, people like that, you see that what they create content that educates. Chris, like if you're a designer, only Chris Do is enough for you. You see content on his blog, I don't want to have a link to that, but I'm not sure of his YouTube. You will see that what he talks about marketing, the different things that design source for, and he teaches that. So that's the kind of content you should be creating. So if you don't know anything about marketing, then start learning. So that's what you would be able to what teach. No matter what it is they are offering, there are big, no matter what industry you are in, there are big brands on social media doing that same product or service that creates content consistently. So in fact, I'm not even answering anybody again because I don't want people like lazy answers. I'm not. You have to what? You have to go out and start discovering those people on your own. If you were not here for day two, go and watch day two video on how to find mentors. Once you do that, go and look for those people's social media accounts and watch the things they post. That will start giving you an insight of the kind of content. Then you now have to what adopt it to what maybe to your target audience. So of course, you cannot be talking for foreign people. What other Nigerian elements that can add to this if you're talking about getting Nigerians? Because I'm not about to start giving everybody every single. Like I tried because what there's always limited time for these things. So I'm giving you the framework that what no matter who you are, what you do, it will work for you. There were 200 people here, and if I start answering anybody one by one, give them case studies, will not go here. So focus on the principles. So that, and you what those principles will help you what achieve is that what you would now go what most people are not listening to what I'm saying. They're just asking questions. I'm currently replying sometimes. Somebody's asking me that same exact thing. So you have to understand that what find those principles. So if you just join, please, the recording will be posted. Watch the recording. Watch day one, day two, day three. This conference is free. It's on my YouTube channel. I'm not putting a price on it. So tomorrow is Saturday. Most people are free. Saturday and Sunday, sit down and watch the conference from day one to day three. You get answer to whatever you're asking. Most people will not, and that's up to you. It's your brand, your business. If you start making more money tomorrow now, CBN will not be diverting more part of it to my account. It's yours to keep. So what? Go and watch the one day, two day, three of this conference video. There's no how you not come out with the working. If you truly watch it, take down insights. There's no way you cannot have a working strategy to work with. No way. Because what I started from, I made sure that what every single thing that can cause an obstacle or a problem for you, I started from the very foundation, from day one, and built up to this. I could just come and start teaching you about sales and not address those foundational problems. But you see the way I took it step by step. So go back. This is on there on my YouTube, Ajulu. Subscribe. Watch day one, Saturday and Sunday. Don't say it's not a time for party and doing it. Sit down and what this year you want to do something different with your brand. Watch day one, day two, and today's recording of this was conference. Not everybody will do it. There's some people that finish sharing this thing and they'll leave. Around communities, I know it. Most people have finished saying this thing, they'll say, okay, they just leave, do not do it. And you now see them that all through the year, they'll be running from pillar to post. And the year will still end. Nothing has been done. So your 2022 is in your hands. If you choose to direct your energies, fine. Like I said, if you start taking action and building and making money, nobody will say that you must. CBN will not say, okay, we're diverting 10% of your money to add this account. It's anything you do into your own good. So what is up to you? So I'm not answering any question that has to do with what I already taught now. I'm trying to get unique problems that have not been addressed to answer them. So I'm scrolling down. Scrolling down. People on Zoom, do you have questions? Let me check. Looking for question. Question. Questions. Looking for question. I started the 100 days design challenge when I didn't know how to design anything. You have to share your process. It's not mastery is not a location. Because what no matter how good you become, you can always get more good. There are people that have been in an industry for 10 years and they're still getting better. Imagine they say they're waiting for when they become a master before they can share. Nobody will hear from them. So what is very, very important That's what you understand this. It's very, very important. Sam is asking for someone that is building a brand on social development and growth. You yes, share like I gave you an example of how Nat Eliasin yesterday of how he was reading books and he was writing book summaries of all the books that he was reading. And it goes to a point that his blog became one of the top blogs for book summaries. So if you are self-development, you can use that approach. As you are developing yourself, share your lessons that you learned from what the process of developing yourself. Like this guy, this storytelling. The storytelling. Ken is saying I'm often advanced to have you deleted the question? It just disappeared. Oh, Kelly has deleted the question. Okay. So yeah, your advance reached Miss Ella. Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Question time. Okay, let me check Zoom for questions. Anybody on Zoom have a question? Anybody on Zoom have a question? Does anybody on Zoom have a question? Nobody on Zoom have a question. So let me come back to Miss Ella. All right, so okay, while we wait for more questions, let me talk about. I have 3 courses. Like I said yesterday, I have a coupon, and that coupon is actually meant to expire midnight. Wow, that's less than an hour from now. But I have courses. Actually have 3 live courses now. The first is the WhatsApp domination course that teaches you everything that has to do with this thing. That teaches you everything that has to do with building a community on WhatsApp. So I've been teaching this course, WhatsApp domination course, since 2019. I think since late 2019. I think, yeah, 2019. And I've been taking by around, I think, up to 300 people now. So the next version of the course is actually coming out. It's going to come out tomorrow, but I'm not sure it's come out tomorrow again because I've actually already taken time to focus on this conference. So I have to go back and complete the course because it's actually a 2-in-1 course. It teaches you how to build a brand on WhatsApp and make money from the brand. And there's also the second section talks on how to create digital products. So if you want to create a course or whatever around what you do, or even if you have a product and want to teach what, you will learn what it takes to create a digital product that you can set to your community. So that's for the WhatsApp course. The second is the NFT money. And for those people, probably hearing about NFTs and crypto, but if you want to present yourself the right ways in the NFT communities, so I'm posting a lot of students for that. I think 500. Last I checked, over 500 people. That's actually my best-selling course. Over 500 people have bought the NFT guide so far. 560 something. Last I checked, it should be up to 570 or 80 now of the guide. So it's everybody was, and if you check the reviews are all positive. You can, so it's there on my Stellar page. Then the third is online writing. So if you want to learn how to write online, so like I said, I made my first million naira from writing online. So I created a guide to help anyone build an online, and not just an online brand, but learning how to start earning in dollars, so you would escape the Nigerian economy of naira. So you want to learn how to, if you're an upcoming writer, you want to learn how to write for people, for brands, for both local and foreign brands, and earning dollars, the online writing guide is for you. So, like I said, this is currently a 30% discount, like a special for this conference. And like I said, it's going to, like I created the coupons yesterday. So it's going to expire by midnight today. So if you would have interest in any of the courses as a special conference, people that take my courses know that I don't like reducing my price. Actually, I increase the prices of my courses from time to time. When I launched the NFT guide, it was 6,009, but the price now is way more than that. I increase prices from time to time. I don't believe in reduce. Some people reduce prices from time to time, but like I say, I update my courses time from time. So as I update the courses, I'm increasing the price. But I also have a system where everybody that bought the guide will always, in the past, would always have the updates easily available for them to take. So those are the 3 courses I have ongoing for now. So you can get anyone you want tonight. So the link is in the Telegram channel. The link to my course, Ajulu. So those people on Missing Lab, you will not be able to copy, but it's the URL is simple, ajulu.seller.co, and the coupon code is HTSC 2022. So if you use that coupon code when checking out, you would be able to get a 30% discount. But like I said, the discount is expiring tonight by midnight. So uh so I've also posted the link and the coupon, link to the course and the coupon to my seller page and the coupon in the Telegram channel. So even if you are not on Telegram, like I said, you can ask someone for the link to the store, someone that referred you, and you can check out the courses. And like I said, it's not like I said, if you can read through the copies of the course, it details everything. Then, if you believe it's not for you, there's no pressure to buy. Like I said, I also put in the marketing copy that also, if you are someone that does not believe in taking action, please don't buy my course. Like I told you guys on the first day, it's not paying for courses, but what it's what puts in action. And like I also want to, like I said, I'm also big on accountability. So whatever of my course have an accountability system there for you to ensure that you also take action. So I'm not leaving you hanging in that regard. But know that what it takes what work. I'm not here to come and lie you that if you buy my course, you get overnight success. So if you're looking for overnight success, I can't help you. So I'm looking for more questions. I'm looking for more questions that I can answer. Looking for more questions that I can answer. Mona is asking, how do you combine content from two different niches like faith and fintech? Oh, this is actually one of the most easiest thing. So I do faith and personal growth. So people that follow me, I talk about my faith on so WhatsApp loudly, very, very well. So people that follow me on WhatsApp know that, and it does not affect my other content in any way. So I feel faith is something that is central to all of us. Everybody needs a relationship with God. Everybody needs to learn what it takes to build a relationship with God. So I don't see it as contradictory. They are actually complements. So because what most people issues is what from even their faith life is what struggling. So it's affecting every other thing. Most people don't believe, oh, God hates me. They have that victim mentality and all those kind of stuff. So if you, some people, it's until you even fix their faith life that other things can start working for them. So it's very, very important that what, yeah. So faith and fintech does not, it's not what I would like. It's not. I'm not saying that one that can be combined. They can run side by side without any one interfering with other in any way. So Ken is talking about being conservative. So no, it does not mean you should share everything about yourself. So, for example, people on my WhatsApp, they really know a lot of person. I rarely share personal infos on my WhatsApp, even though I'm even sharing more and more these days. But for the long time, nobody on my WhatsApp, nobody on my WhatsApp knew. I wasn't even the early days. I rarely even use profile pictures. That's why some people even saw my profile picture. They're like, is this you? Most people thought I was very, very old. But like, oh, your content is so good. They thought I was an old person. So they say I'm a young person. That was surprised. But what you can, I know. Also, one of my friends, Chijams. I've known Chijams since 2018, I think. And most people here know Chijams. He has a very, very solid brand online. He works with companies. Most people know Chijams is good. He's also talk about his personal development like I do. But nobody has seen Chijams' face. Nobody knows what he looks like. He's anonymous online. He has never. The only time I saw Chijams was the day he came to Enugu. He came to my church. We met and talked. And I took picture with him and I threatened him that I would share the picture to everybody. And he was not begging me, don't share the picture. So that's only how I got to see him face to face. But what Chijams is anonymous online on all social media. Nobody knows, but people still interact with him. People still buy his courses. People still he has students, everything. But nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody has seen his face. So it does. You can be anonymous. I'm trying to give you the range of possibilities. So you don't have to share. You can strictly not share your personal. For a long time, I was not even sharing my personal life. Nobody knew, and it does not affect how people. Like I said, it's even what I said. People don't care about you. They care about the problems you can solve for them. So if you are solving the problems for them, nobody will come and say that do not interact with you if you don't share, if you don't tell them what to had for breakfast. You understand? So if you're someone that's not comfortable with sharing your personal life, there's nothing wrong with that. You can focus on only the content that grows your brand and talk about that And people will, as far as the content is good, people will still interact with you without caring that they don't know who you are on a personal note. So I'm scrolling down. Say there's no place to impute the coupon. Oh, people are already buying the course. There's a place. If you put up a VPN and ensure you're getting another page, you see the place for the VPN right below the order button. So you can impute the coupon code. I'm scrolling down for question. People looking for accountability group. Like I said, this thing, like I said, if you're creating or joining accountability groups, use the framework I dropped in that blog post. And so if you're the owner of the accountability group, you can give people 3 days or 5 days to watch the recordings of day one to day three and send in a note of what they want and their working strategy. Anybody that does not meet the requirement, don't add them to the permanent group. Because most people just like joining groups. For example, the volunteer group for this conference, I made it clear that it's only work that's happening. That please, if you're not ready to help work on the conference, don't join. Some people still joined the conference group, the volunteer group, and they were not doing anything. They were just there because maybe they felt I'm going to share biscuits there and they want to eat biscuits. I don't know why they just joined. But many people joined and they were not participating in what we were doing there. They were just there reading messages. Even after I made it clear that what don't join the group. So people like joining groups. And no matter how you say be serious, most people still join and do whatever they like. So make sure that what anybody you are adding to your permanent group has met the requirements. If not, you have a group full of people who are not serious. So for those people joining and creating accountability groups, take note of that. I'm gonna ask question back to back. I'm a content writer and I own a website and blog. How do how do I combine writing those two on one blog? What do you mean by website and a blog? Like me now, I publish on my website and I import the post and post to my Medium, same content. So I'm trying to understand what you mean by combining. So if you have more than one place you're publishing, like now, if I publish content on my website, the next thing I'm doing is I go to my Medium blog and import that this thing, that content on Medium and publish it as is the exact replica without changing a word self. Or so I don't understand what your question. So Fab Junior is asking, by Jesus Christ, he said, when I getting married, please, if you have any rich sister available for me, I can marry. If you have a sister that is a millionaire, or even better still a billionaire, please just link me up with her, and I'll get married to her. So scrolling down for question. Uh, scrolling down for questions. David says, following the only methods in one choice of content, what do you recommend to improving? Start with writing and creating. As time goes on, you know what to add. Scrolling down. CJ says one day someone will join God's group and not be able to leave. Okay, I think you're talking about people that just join groups and don't say anything. This CJ guy, yeah. When I say the blog is sorted on my website, yes, now so create published contents there. Emmanuel, what kind of work do you do that you're trying to protect from pirates? I think I even have to do a thread on this matter. Like I said, if you don't have me on WhatsApp, add me up on WhatsApp. Or my WhatsApp number is 09. I'm calling it out for people that don't have the link to that cannot. I'm calling out for people who probably don't have access and they're too shy to ask. Some will never join my WhatsApp because of one reason or the other. So my phone number is 0906 4107 416. 0906 4107 416. You can either join with my number or use the link on Telegram. So Chris say, can I come buy crypto trading? See, if you ask me, I'll tell you to just focus on one. And it's crypto you should be focusing on, not forex. That's my personal, like, you can seem biased, but what crypto trading is better, way better than forex trading. Does not mean that forex trading don't make money, but if you're focusing on one, focus on crypto trading. Become very, very good at it. Crypto is the future, forex is the past. Move to the future. So looking for more question. Emmanuel, your question is not clear. You just talk about copyright. What kind of work do you do? When you guys are asking questions, give details. Don't just say this. Let me know what kind of work are you doing that you're concerned about copyrights. Chijams is his name, the anonymous mentor. Chijams. His name is in the chat box. So I believe for these 3 days that we have been able to establish it. If you are here, you have been here for the 3 days. Can you indicate in the chat box if you joined every day for the 3 days? And also don't forget to follow this account here, this micellar account, Elevate Media Ever Upward. I broadcast every Wednesdays by 10 p.m. on diverse topics. So like last year, I broadcasted throughout the years, every Wednesday. I think I missed 1 or 2 Wednesdays, but I was able to teach most Wednesdays last year. So I teach I go on, some of these things I teach in this conference. There are certain days I go deep into one of them and really flesh it out. Emmanuel has said, UI UX design is what I do. You advise we share our works, but I'm scared my concept or my design might be spoiled. Which concept? Ha, Jesus. Which concept? Stealing to go where? See, do you know how many designs is available on Behance and Dribble? Unless you are trying to design a secret product that you want to build. But if you are still in the learning process, you should not be concerned about anything about copyright. Copyright, how? Unless you are you discovered a very, very big product that you believe will change the world, and you don't want people to know the concept, and people are trying to build it yourself. But apart from that, every other design you do should be public. It's even how good your designs are that you enable you drive sales, or people hire you because this girl knows what she's doing. If you go out, you see a lot of design case studies, people writing case studies. So I actually have a lot of things to teach in this regard. Like I said, I'm going to be writing blog posts based on what you guys need. So if you don't, I'm going to be running posts on WhatsApp on what to write about, and also Instagram. So you can add me up on Instagram at Ajulu _, on Instagram. But WhatsApp is the main place for now, but slowly moving towards Instagram. So like I said, add me up on WhatsApp if you have not. Yes, so Jerry, yes, the WhatsApp donation course is not yet out. It's pre-order, but it's going to be out. It was going to be out tomorrow, but I'm not sure it will be out tomorrow. So probably by Monday, Tuesday, it'll be out. Like I said, I'm trying to add the second module of creating digital products. So you can pre-order it now. Know that what you receive it unfailingly by next week. Well, other courses are already live. And the reason why it is still at that price is because it's meant to be as pre-order. My plan is to sell that guide 25K. So I have my courses are always low during pre-order, but once it goes live, price goes up. So if you want to get the WhatsApp guide, it's best to get it now. If you miss the first day, the video I'll be posted on my Telegram, my YouTube channel. So I'll post my YouTube channel link on my status. So you'd get all the recordings for any day you missed. So like I said, I've posted my WhatsApp link in the Telegram channel. I've dropped my number here. Or you can ask the person that shared the link for Adudu's number. And please, so if somebody asks you for my number, please give the person. Don't stop holding my number. I don't know why people are holding my numbers. Now, wow. It's not as if you bought the number. Okay. So these 3 days. So what's the major thing that what we are going to do a challenge now. So the idea just came to me. So between now and between now and between now and tomorrow by 12 noon, share this thing, share 5 major things you learned from this conference. 5 major things that you learned from this conference. 5 major things that you learned from. So share it on your Instagram story. Share it on your Instagram story and tag me. So 5 major things you learned from this conference, like for the 3 days, 5 major points. So I know what I thought for the 3 days. So I'll not be people that this thing shared, and the more, and you can go creative with it. The more in the fact I said 5 things, don't mean you share only one status of one story. You understand? So what, share 5 major things you learned from this conference, or either 5 major things you learned from this conference, or how the conference helped you. So you can do that. So I think a lot of people might be doing 5 major things. So you can just share how the conference helped you. So share it on your Instagram story and what, tag it, this thing, tag me on it. My Instagram handle is at Ajulo, at Ajulo, at Ajulo is my Instagram handle, AJULU_. So you can do that tonight before going to bed. It's better you just do it now. Find the major how this conference helped you, or the major things you got from this conference. Tag me on Instagram. All right, so I believe, so like I said, this sessions continues every Wednesday. I'm also planning to do a conference by sometime in the middle of this year for digital skills and earning from working with foreign brands and earning in dollars. So I'm just trying to shape it in my head. So, but like I said, it's of course going to be free, but it's very important that you guys work with me to help as much people as possible. So I will give more details on that in the coming weeks. And like I said, I'm also going to be writing actively this year, and also I have a plan in place to also increase content creation across board. I'll talk about that. I took a big step recently, and I will share more on it on my status tomorrow. But you're going to be seeing more of my content out there from now on across social media platforms. So, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Please, if there's any resource I said I would share that I didn't share, someone should reach out to me on WhatsApp and remind me. But I'll share as much as I can in the Telegram channel. And like I said, if you don't have me on WhatsApp, add me up on WhatsApp. Very, very important. And if you're adding me up, please follow the, you should know by now that a lot of people are going to be messaging me. So please just follow the welcome message, and so that once your contact gets saved automatically. If you want to learn how to save WhatsApp contacts of people automatically on WhatsApp, buy my WhatsApp course, you learn how to do it. So the way I have it, no matter how amount of people that message me in a day to save my number, once they just follow the instructions, the number gets saved. The lot of people that I'm chatting with have not, the lot of people that have my status updates that I'm not even chatted with, they just did that. The number got saved automatically, and I see my WhatsApp status updates. So if you want to know that, my WhatsApp course is there for you. So, Father, we thank you for this conference. For the 3 days we have been here, we have learned a lot of things that have to do with developing ourselves, building solid brands, making out something for ourselves. Father, right now, I commit every single person in this conference. I ask for grace. You said that if you are willing and obedient, that we shall eat the fruit of the land. They have showed willingness by coming here to learn. We ask for grace to be obedient so that we shall be able to eat the fruit of whatever it is that we have set to build. Spirit of God, you are our helper. Come and help every single one of them gain clarity. As they go back to watch these sessions, day 1, day 2, day 3, give them the understanding, give them the insight they need to pick out what they really need to be doing at this moment of their lives. Thank you, Father Lord, for this conference. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. So, guys, I've had an amazing 3 days. I've actually learned a lot in terms of direction. Like I said, so if this conference helped you, the one you can do for me is to share how this conference helped you on your Instagram. Tag me, post your Instagram story, tag me on it. And with that, so for those that are here, for people like me playing music, so for those that want to this thing,